Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 8, Episode 10. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, y'all, let's get into it if we're going to get into it. Now, listen here. This episode didn't offer much, but I have to give Candace a round of applause because the way in which she put together this event, baby, it's giving we got a budget, okay? It's giving racks on racks on racks. Baby, it was giving we got a budget. So let's get right into it. When the episode first opens up, Raven and Karen, you know Raven is Karen's daughter, they go to get a tattoo. Karen and her daughter are getting matching tattoos. It's Mother's Day weekend, and her and Raven are getting a G for her mother's name. So we catch up with Raven. We find out what she's been doing via the confessional. She's getting her influencer on. She's up in New York. And I have to say, Raven is the spitting image of Ray. I mean, the spitting image of her daddy. So Karen is telling her that she wants her to go to this breakfast with Gizelle and her daughter Grace because Grace is leaving for college. And y'all know what that reminded me of because I've been watching since season 1, episode 1. Y'all remember when Karen didn't want Ashley anywhere near Raven? Because she was like, there is absolutely no way I want you around my daughter. Like, you ain't even my daughter's age. So why would you be around my kid? Child, I would never forget that. So anywho, they're going to sit down with Gizelle and Grace and talk about the college of it all. So they go in and get the tattoo, and Karen was just a hollering, woo, woo. I said, oh, honey, baby, that was the smallest G I had ever seen. I said, Karen, stop all that hollering. Girl, you done had a whole kid up there hollering about that little bitto G. It was very special, though, that they did it together. That's sweet, because, baby, my mama would never. Do you hear me? And I do mean never. She would be like, girl, no. And you shouldn't get one either. Now, I'm not big on tattoos, but I thought it was cute. I really did. I'm not sure of the placement I saw where Raven had hers on the arm and then right underneath. I don't know about the placement, but I thought it was cute. Moving forward. In the next scene, Candace and her mom are meeting with the party planner because Candace wants to have a celebration for the moms. So Candace gets in the confessional and she's like, we all have special bonds with our mothers, and I just think that we should all come together. I don't know. She was giving some kind of descriptive. And I was just thinking to myself, girl, say what now? Because, I mean, as much as y'all fuss and fight, I don't know about the special bond. And then she said something about Ashley's mama wig, but baby Mama Dot's wig was sitting ever so. I said, baby, not that wig. Lean with it, rock with it. Okay. I gotta be stopped. Baby, that part was sitting to the side. I said, honey. That thing was sitting sideways, honey. Ooh, it was a fool. Let's not talk about wigs, because everybody can be a little bit questionable. Candace, remember when you used to wear that big wig? I'm so happy you don't wear that big wig no more. Karen's wig fell off at the barbecue, or damn near fell off. Gizelle's hair's never right. Robyn gets it right. Robyn does good with hair. Ashley normally wears hers, so I mean, child, what can you really do? And then we have Nicka and that baby hairs, honey. It's a fool. Wendy, that wig was a little raggedy when you first started, but then you got your check, you cashed it, and now you're good. So let's just leave the wigs out of it, okay? Shall we? Moving forward. She said that she wants to have a celebration for the mothers in the group. I mean, it's good that her and Mama Dot are doing better, but I don't know what she was talking about with the description in that confessional, honey, because I was like, what is going on? Candace is inviting everyone to the event except Gizelle and the girls, and she wants to invite Robyn, but they have yet to talk to each other. Now, I don't blame her for not inviting Gizelle. Now, I know somebody going to be like, that's petty. How are we going to move? No. In this instance, I understand, because if it were Gizelle's event, she would be at the house with Mama Dot and her life-size cutout in that spare bedroom. Candace would have never been invited to that event. Let's just keep it real. Child, I was really surprised Ashley was invited, because Ashley would have been left at the house as well. Because she definitely left you at that house when it was time for that housewarming. But I mean, I guess that was her space, so that's different. But still, she still would not have invited you. And also, Gizelle has made it clear that Candace is a no for her. So there's that. In the next scene, Wendy is meeting with potential talk show producers. So she's telling us that she did have to part with Marsha, who was the lady we saw her sit with the first time, because Marsha put in the contract, honey, that she wanted 50% of the show. The show and the concept that Wendy came up with. Marsha. Girl, not 50%. Oh, honey, she was in it for the money. So she was in it for the wrong reasons. So it's best that they parted ways. Wendy starts spitting out all of these things and ideas that she wants to talk about. Let's talk about the hot topics. Let's also talk about the White House. Let's talk about the new laws being passed. Let's also talk about the skating ring. Let's talk about Eddie. He got happy Eddie. Let's talk about him being Idris Elba. I mean, she was just saying all kinds of stuff. I said, Wendy, honey, you need to niche down, honey. You need one niche. Okay, you all over the damn place. And they were trying to catch it as she was ping-ponging it back and forth and back. And she was like, so what do you think you guys can do? And so the producers started saying, okay, we can do this, we can do that. Really and truly, they didn't have to say much to be hired, because she was like, okay, you're hired. Ma'am, what did they say that impressed you so easily? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm happy for the young, black, and talented. I'm happy that they got a spot, and they're on their way up. But Wendy, honey, I just don't think business is your strong suit. I really don't. I think you need to stay with the commentary. Because, girl, not you hiring people because they said one thing, honey. We got to really just search. You can't just hire the first people that you interview. Girl, goodbye. Moving forward. In the next scene, Nneka and her sister, they're going furniture shopping for Nneka's new home. Her and her sister look just alike to me. They really do. They look just alike. So they're sitting down, they're sipping champagne, and Nneka is saying that she has a champagne line or something like that. I'm like, girl, we don't know nothing about you. This is what you should have led with instead of all that other mess. So they're sitting there saying this song, talking about we're the sisters. Did you miss us? I was like, girl, it's giving Cheetah Girls, honey. It's just giving the Cheetah Girls, honey. I don't know what's going on. So they sit down, they start talking about their dad and how accomplished he is, especially because he came from nothing. And her sister is saying that Nneka is a lot like her dad. She's really driven. She works a lot. Her sister is also very accomplished. She's a doctor. And I feel like it's really a shame that her and Wendy got off on the wrong foot behind some mess, because they really could have been a great duo. It seems like their backstory is very similar. So I really don't understand why they had to come in the way they came in. It's just foolish. Truth is, all these solo scenes are boring and pieced together. Y'all better get it together. Now, I don't know what y'all gonna do, but Candace, at least you got majority of the cast to your event. But y'all gonna have to get it together, because all these little scenes, it just ain't giving. It's giving background noise at this point. It's giving clean up, and then I look over at the TV and I'm like, oh, okay, I forgot I gotta do a review. So we really need to get it together. In the next scene, Karen and Gizelle have a double daughter date for breakfast. Gizelle comes in, hey, girl, oh my gosh, hey, you know how she be doing. Karen starts talking about the Jack and Jill of it all. So they sit down, they start talking about their daughters being in Jack and Jill and how Gizelle lost the cookie bake, and they're reminiscing on old times. And it's been so much mess that I forgot Jizzy used to get busy in the kitchen with the baking of it all. Y'all remember when we were first introduced to Gizelle and she was living in that little bitto house, and it had a white kitchen. And the girls were really young. This was 8 years ago. The girls were really young, and Gizelle was baking them some cookies. That was what she was known for. Gizelle, you should have started Jizzy getting busy in the kitchen. Honey, you could have had a whole cooking show. You could have had some cookies on the shelves. But instead, you decided to go the other way and be messy. Then they started reminiscing about that. Gizelle says Karen cheated because the winner got a crown and a sash, and she did not want her to get that. So she cheated so that her cousin could win. So they start talking about Grace going to school. Raven tells Grace that she was crying and she was upset at first, but after she got there, she was just fine. That kind of reminds me of when I first dropped my son off to daycare. Honey, he was hollering, Mommy! He was hollering. But as soon as I left, he was good. He was good. Now, I know it's not the same, but the way that Raven is explaining it, it sounds like daycare to me. I'm telling you right now, I didn't shed not damn piece of a tear. I couldn't get away from that damn house fast enough. And then I was still in Texas. I felt like I should have went somewhere further. I had a grand old time. Do you hear me? As soon as they handed me that diploma on that stage, baby, I packed up every single thing in that room. I was ready to be on the I-10 by 10. I wasn't crying. I wasn't doing no crying, and my parents weren't crying for me. But I think I'm going to be a lot different with my son because we're extremely close. So, of course, I'm going to cry when he goes to college. But, child, my parents were ready to ship me off, and I was ready to get rid of them. I thought that this was a cute scene. It's nice to see something light without gossip and ridiculousness. The ladies are getting together with their daughters. I thought this was awesome. Grace, you're going to be fine. Okay? Go live, honey. And if you don't like it, come on back. It's as simple as that. Sometimes it's not for you. And if you don't like it, you know Gizelle going to let you come right on back home. So now we visit Rob in the gang. Her and the boys are going to get stretched. So, you know, her boys play sports, so it's needed for them to get stretched because they get injuries every now and again. I need to go do that myself. Ain't nothing like a good old stretch, honey. I love to be stretched out. So Robyn gets a text while she's sitting there waiting for the boys to get stretched. She gets a text from Candace with an invite to her brunch. So she's reading it. Here go one. That was nice. If looks could kill. If looks could kill. The way that Robyn looked at Juan when he said that was nice of her. Like, how dare you be on board with this woman that I'm mad at? Baby, he ain't none of you. Okay, just because you hold on to grudges when Gizelle mad does not mean that he gonna hold on to a grudge when you mad. That's not how he operates. So Robyn and Juan get up. They go over there to be stretched. Robyn is talking. Juan is asleep. Typical. Moving forward. In the next scene, we see a little snippet of Ashley. She's at home with her mom celebrating Mother's Day. She's happy that now she's a part of the club. Her mom is celebrating her. She's celebrating her mama. So while she doing it, it's also the day, which the way they got this produced, it's the day of Candace's brunch, her Mother's Day brunch. I have to say, this setup is stunning. When they panned over that brunch and then they panned to Karen walking in looking like Paris in springtime. I'm talking about, it was just beautiful. I said, oh my gosh, now this is how it should be done. This is an event that looks like y'all got a little bit of shmoney. Like, this is what the Housewives are supposed to be known for. Very chic opulence. Baby, I loved everything about it. It was giving Beverly Hills realness. I'm serious. So Karen shows up first. Child Candace arrived after Karen. I said, girl, not to your own event. Where they do that at? This right here is a fool. Mia arrives. Mia looked nice, but her mom wasn't able to attend. She said her mom had to work. Now, I ain't buying it. I just don't think that Mia is messing with her mom or her mama is messing with her. Miss Sheila in her special Mother's Day wig, which is really that everyday wig she liked to wear. Ashley and her mama arrived. Ashley and her mama arrived. Then Shasha and her twins show up. Skylar is the spitting image of Sharice. She looks just like her mother. Just like her. So Kiera, I think her name is, or Kierna. I don't know which one it is, child. The one that's Wendy's friend. She's also in attendance with her mom. Wendy says she had a book signing, so she wasn't able to attend the Mother's Day brunch. So she's on the phone with Wendy, Candace that is. And Aneka and her sister show up. And Candace steady talking while Wendy is saying, you know, I'm not going to be able to make it. You know, the book signing, it was so far planned in advance. I'm unable to attend. Now, really and truly, I was thinking to myself, girl, you know you were finna show up there with your mama. And she showed up there with her sister. And then the two shall meet. And then everything started breaking loose up here in this fine establishment. So you probably did the right thing. Okay? Because I know that there were going to be some questions asked, especially with Ashley in the building. Ashley couldn't wait to be there so she could start some mess. But I was just looking and I was like, not them standing there waiting to be acknowledged while Candace talks to Wendy on speakerphone. Oh, child, this right here is a mess. Over on the other side, Sharice and Mia, they're sitting down, they're talking. And Mia's like, so what's going on with you and Karen? Now, Mia, you know that Karen says she don't with that woman because she don't with that woman. You already know she done said that. So here goes Sharice. No, I'm good. I'm fabulousness. Girl, I don't know about all that. I don't know about no fabulousness. I mean, you here and your wig sitting on your halfway right today. So we'll take it. So then Shasha turned that conversation right around. She telling Mia, oh girl, speaking of, I saw Jacqueline and she was crying about you. And also she met Aneka. She was bad mouthing you to Aneka. Just so we're clear. And I wouldn't have done that because she had just met her. But yes, she was bad-mouthing you, girl. I said, you better leave Shasha alone. She got some of that champagne in her. Yeah, I know she get loose as a goose, child. Start to sweating. And you done came over here and asked her about Karen. So you know she finna turn it around and tell you what she needs to tell you about Jacqueline. But I'm going to say this. I'm not about to get wrapped up in Mia and Jacqueline's mess. Okay, this storyline. Because I felt the whole thing was a lie and the truth wasn't in it from last season. It was concocted to throw us off. They're back holding hands on Instagram. Case closed. Okay, I'm not even finna get into that. Well, I really feel like the friendship could have been. I don't give a damn. It's not real. Mia is smoking mirrors and she ain't fooling me. Believe half of what you hear and none of what you see. Okay, I'm just saying. So they go on over to be seated. Listen, this event is my kind of posh carrying on. I wanted to be invited. I'm like, Candace, I'm a mama. Baby, I wanted to be there so bad. That was so beautiful to me. It was just set up all so cute. I think I'm going to host one of these for Mother's Day this year. That was just too cute. So Sharice is talking to Ashley about this made-for-TV divorce she got going on. That's another one that be lying all the time. She's making excuses, talking about, I don't want to sign. It's just so final. Ashley, you must really think I'm boo-boo the fool. Now, at first, it was because of the kids. We just have to work out some things. We have to work out some custody. Now it's because it's so final. Girl, get real. Ain't no divorce happening between you and Mr. McKenzie. You don't want to get divorced from Mr. Grabass because you don't want the shmoney to stop. And you ain't fooling me. Over on the other side of the table, and Nneka is asking Candace if Wendy is coming. Now, why are you asking about Wendy and why do you care? Because you're ready to get mess started. Just leave it alone. Your entire existence on this show revolves around you saying Wendy's name. Please stop. Now, it's hard enough that Candace is in the middle. She's trying to be neutral, but I don't think that's going to work. With you sitting up here asking about Wendy? Leave that lady alone. So Karen is asking if Robyn was coming, and Candace said, we're meeting up later this week, but she didn't feel like this was the right time for her to come to this event, but she did respond to my text. So Candace gets up to speak her speech, honey. She done stopped the people from eating. The ladies go inside so Candace can hit a high note so she can serenade them and whatnot. Baby, that's crazy. Oh, child. So Candace is serenading the girls and whatnot. I said, I know that's right, girl. Use this platform to showcase that talent, honey. You're going to get that album sold if you don't do nothing else. A few days later. So Candace meets up with Robyn, right? Candace gets there, then Robyn gets there. Candace is in the confessional saying she still has hope for them to be friends because it's really not that serious. I just stated my opinion just like everybody else. Now, I have to say a one-on-one is long overdue because this cast hates a one-on-one because they like to have backup and co-signers and whatnot. So I appreciate them sitting down one-on-one. Candace starts asking Robyn to explain exactly what she's done. Candace, quit playing crazy. Okay? Quit playing crazy. You know exactly why she's upset. Check your Twitter. That's why she's upset. Robyn was like, well, it's pretty self-explanatory because when you went in on Twitter and on social media and in interviews and all of this, the friendship was pretty much done. So Candace was like, well, I didn't mean to offend you, ma'am. Ma'am. I know you didn't think them tweets were not going to come across offensive to this lady that's holding on for dear life to this man. The tweets were offensive, but Robyn, you're not innocent. Okay, you're not. So please stop acting like it. Because you go behind that paywall on Patreon and you talk. You sit up and don't think that people are recording when you're saying, oh, well, there's smoke, there's fire. And let us not forget, Candace, see, you're not even focusing. Let us not forget when she pulled that speaker out on you. That came way before your Twitter rant. Okay? You got to begin at the beginning. You had done absolutely nothing to her and she pulled that damn speaker out. So y'all need to talk about things in chronological order. So Robyn was like, well, I would never throw my husband under the bus for anybody's entertainment because then if I tell everybody this and then I stay with him, y'all still mad and we still together. Now, touche. Okay, touche. She was like, I'm not going to do that. And if I had to do it all over, I'd do it again. Oh, okay. Well, that's all we need to know. Then, baby, you should definitely not come back next season. I'm just saying. Moving forward. So Candace is saying that they're on a show about their lives, so they should be talking about their lives. Facts. Robyn was like, well, I think it's a thin line on what we should share. I don't think I should have to share all of that, especially about my husband. Well, then you can go if you don't want to share, because y'all don't mind sharing everybody else's business. Every single season, somebody's relationship is under fire, and y'all don't mind talking about it. But when it's you shouldn't be held accountable like everybody else. Robyn, please, you can miss me with that, honey. Robyn says she ain't even mad about that. She's mad about the fact that Candace thought that her, Ashley, and Gizelle were in cahoots against Chris. So Candace said, well, I just think it's uncharacteristic of you to go against Gizelle and go up for Chris. So Robyn said, do you know how disgusting that is? And Candace said, do you know how disgusting it is for your little friend to do what she does every day before lunchtime and then get in the house and go to sleep? She said, look, birds of a feather flock together. And I think that that's what's going on. Now, I'm going to tell y'all this. I believe that they definitely got together to plan to keep Juan's dirt a secret. Because think back to last season when Ashley pulled Robyn aside in Mexico. Think about how that all played out. Think about how they were, Gizelle was so dead set on talking about this whole Chris thing when they could have been talking about Juan. Do I think they conspired to keep that a secret? Yes. But I don't believe the takedown of Chris was a conspiring type of thing between Ashley, Robyn, and Gizelle. I don't. That was all Gizzard. Okay? Allegedly. I think it was her all by herself. Because she got to have something to talk about. And we know Gizelle going to go after a marriage or a relationship or somebody every single season. Just like when she came up in here this season being fake mad at Juan and staging these interventions to take the heat off of her. When y'all sat on those podcasts and said something totally different. I don't feel like they included Ashley, but some planning was done to keep the heat off Juan, and they ain't fooling me. So Robyn said, well, you know what? If you think that I have the propensity to lie on your husband, then you should never want to be my friend. You shouldn't. And y'all, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I'm going to have to side with Robyn on this one. If you think I'm capable of trying to take you down, then let's just keep our distance. Now, I think that Candace was kind of reaching on her pretending to be Team Chris. I think she really had a respect for Chris, and I don't think that she thought that Chris would do something to make Gizelle feel uncomfortable. I actually believe she really thought that. Now, I don't give Robyn much, but I'm going to give her a half a point. I think she genuinely thought Gizelle was doing Team too much. But as her friend, she tried to throw in her last minute support of Gizelle at the reunion, and that's what pissed you off. You got to stop listening to all those conspiracy theories over on that Twitter, Candace, okay? Because people will have you thinking every which way. You got to think for yourself. Now, should she be held accountable for lying and keeping a secret and coming down on your damn marriage when hers was falling apart? Absolutely. But let's not forget about that Five Below speaker. Let's hold her feet to the fire for that. I think the two of you have a huge misunderstanding going on. It's some miscommunication. And Robyn, if we really want to be real, the only damn reason why you are continuing to be mad is so that Gizelle will not be mad at you. And for anybody that says, that's not fair, Gizelle doesn't control her. Yes, she does. A prime example is, I think it was season 6 reunion. Or it might have been season 7. I think it was season 7, 6 or 7. They were having a conversation at the reunion. Robyn looks directly at Gizelle and goes, are we mad at Ashley? Why do you have to ask Gizelle if y'all are mad at someone? You can't think for your damn self? Child, this is a fool. Candace gets up to leave because Robyn has ended the conversation. But what got me, y'all, is the man in the coffee shop said, bye, have a good day. I said, sir, we are having a housewives sit down. There is no have a damn good day. Sir, I said goodbye. Ooh, child. And that was the end of the episode. Not that man yelling out have a good day after they just got through fussing. Baby, that was funny to me. I rewound that about 3 times because, honey, his voice was just so excited. He was like, bye, have a good day. Not knowing, honey, they was about to tear that coffee shop up in 2.2 seconds because we know Robyn like to get aggressive. Child, y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. I don't even know why I got 25 minutes out of this. Child, I be talking. But I had to prove a point. Okay, it's some misunderstandings going on. And really, Robyn and Candace, just let it go. Don't even talk to each other no more. Just let it go. And Candace, stay off that Twitter. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.